I'm a real player. You can put me on the roster. All about my cheese. I ain't worried about the pasta. Baby, 9 hooks, take a mine on the roster. Lay a hitter up. Might as well call it out. Fire like a chopper. Burn like a better. Screens in the rain. Addicted like the weather. Third in my cup. Can't go without my medicine. So fresh. Like a big bag of peppers. Where is my letter? All these know suckers. You know the money talk. You can ask Chris Tucker. I'm a country boy.
Welcome to the side action. There you go. So got the smile and laugh going. Episode 19 of season 8. My name is Jim Weglars, aka Wegs. You can follow me at Wegspo on X and on Instagram.
And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we're the Side Action Podcast. Make sure to like the TikTok page. It's Wegs' favorite thing on this earth, even more than
about TikTok. Just a little aside on TikTok now.
Oh boy,
it's a little sad when our faces only generate, let's say, 150 views on TikTok, but then I post one smoking old fashioned and it breaks 1,100 or something. It's ridiculous. It's like our top liked and followed. It's fine. I'll start doing more drink posts. We'll just bring just real people in, for that.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sex sells,
I bet you if I took a picture of this tree right now, I get more than this mug, and I get it. Yeah. But it was funny. So anyway, how was your trip to Miami? I saw some photos. There was some good times had.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's a good time. The Dolphins got their teeth kicked in, but the weather was great. Yeah. It was 80 degrees, so that was nice. Had some good Cuban food while we were there.
I saw that.
I got to see a couple old friends. And
did you see Code Orange? Did you see our guy who was on the podcast last year?
Yeah, I did see Code Orange. That's funny.
I saw him post. I saw him post at a game before you guys posted. I assumed you guys were together.
Yeah, that's so funny. Code Orange, LOL.
Well,
shout out to Ginger.
Ginger.
Yeah, Ginger. So, and we arrived sooner than the flights expected. So that's good. No delays, no nothing. So. Yeah, always a plus. So it's a good time.
The Cuban food, that's what is it? Calle, what is it? What street's it on? Calle Ocho, Calle Nueve. Which one is it on?
Ocho, I think.
Ocho, okay. Yeah. That's cool. That's a cool part of town.
That's
awesome, man.
It's a good time. So just the weather was worth it more than anything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Beautiful weather this time of year. Escaped the snow. It wasn't that bad up here, but still way better.
Right. It was like, I think it was 8 degrees on Friday when we left, so that was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a roller coaster of temperatures. It was like, oh, it's 8. Oh, it's 20. Oh, it's 50. Now it's back down. It's just, you don't even know what to expect.
It's going to rain on Christmas, for God's sake.
Well, what are you going to do? Well, you missed the big, one of the volleyball guy, Joe Caselic's wife, Dawn. She's also a volleyballer. Little surprise party at Rivers on Saturday. That was pretty fun.
Nice. How'd we do?
Yeah.
We clean up?
Well, we did not clean up. Others cleaned up. I had my methods and I shared methods with others. But Dawn was a really good roller. She killed it. She had 4 points, I think, and she hit. Let's see, did she hit that? She didn't. She almost hit the fire bet for 4, but she did get the talls for. Or no, she got the smalls for us. And she was one away from all of them, the 12. She just needed the 12. Then she cleared it. But, hey, we had a good time. And then Paul wasn't so good. I was okay. And then Lee got it was his second roll ever. He rolled good. He rolled really good. He got the talls. He got the talls for us. Yeah, and then Eric Trong, killed us. So what happens is it was a $10 table pretty late. It was like almost like 9:30 on a – it was right at the end of the Bears game. We went overtime. We got kicked out of the room, and then we got to watch the overtime. We'll get to that. And then we got on a table, a bunch of us, which was fun, and it was $10. $10 at 10 o'clock at Rivers is pretty good.
We'll take that,
We switched it to 15 after Dawn's roll, more or less. It was like, okay, 2 more shooters. And then I think I was the first $15 shooter, then Lee, then Eric. That's the way. Like, we were up, and then we kind of slowly regress down. So should have just left down like $25 instead. We hit another table and lost a couple hundred more, but it's all in good spirit, and the good thing is Lee is like learning. He had his bets down. He was like doing his thing. I was impressed.
Yeah.
He's even doing the correct
terminology.
Betting. Yeah. He was like, oh, make it proper, make it proper in the 6 and 8. I'm like, that a boy. I was like, so proud of you. Plus he had a Santa shirt on. I'm like, my God, look at this, my protege.
Wow.
Felt really good. I was proud. It was worth the $250 loss or whatever. But yeah. And then obviously Sophia came over. She came in yesterday. We did a bunch of stuff. Saw my mom. We decorated the tree, which is, can't see it. I guess we'll take a picture. It's on the Instagram. You can see it on the story.
Yeah.
And then, today finished the Christmas shopping. So we're ready to go for Christmas, baby.
But, well, thank God. Yeah.
Well, I'm a last minute guy. So. Anyway, well, let's go. Of course, I missed you last week. It worked out fine. We'll talk about the picks. I had a very good week overall, but we'll talk about that later. So,
yeah.
The shed, man. We were just talking about it before we started recording here. So you're Pro Bowl. You don't like the Pro Bowl?
Oh my God, no! The Pro Bowl's in the shed. All the gravitas of, if there was any gravitas of the Pro Bowl, is now completely gone. Pro Bowl's in the shed. See you later. I don't want to ever hear about it ever again. So many snubs. The fact that Travis Kelce is the leading vote getter.
Is it a flag football game now? What do they do in the Pro Bowl now?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I don't think anybody cares anymore. If they did care, this should make you not care. The fact that the way they vote for this and the Sean Wright snub. There's so many snubs. I could go on and on.
No Jaguars. Just one Jaguar. He's like a guard or something. Come on.
Yeah, literally just insane. So Pro Bowl in the shed, and then DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf's in the shed.
Oof. Ouch.
The Steelers did win. They beat the Lions, which I'm sure we'll get to. Big win. But he had a nice altercation with a fan, and I'm sure the fan will reap some benefits from this as well. But, yeah, he's going to get suspended 2 games. He could, since he got suspended for conduct detriment to the team, he could lose up to $40 million in guarantees in his contract. So that's worst-case scenario. We'll see what happens, but – man, just to have a heckler cost you $40 million, that'd be tough.
There's nobody who brings out the anger more than Detroit fans. Back in the Malice and the Palace in the old days, and this one, so you just can't. You got to block them out, DK.
Yeah, stop me if you've heard this before too. But we have a Steelers wide receiver drama. Shocking, I know.
They can't not have a drama guy at some point.
Starts with, Antonio Brown to Chase Claypool to, George Pickens to DK Metcalf. I can't believe they started with Hines Ward in this whole evolution. You know what I mean? That was the one guy they had that was probably not a drama.
Nice guy.
Situation.
Some stuff. Yeah. I don't think Mike Wallace was that bad either, but yeah, you're right. Well, I'm going to put a couple of teams in there. We've got a whole Pro Bowl committee, and then we've got DK. DK's going to have to be in a separate section and want him to start any altercations. But, yeah, we've got the Ravens. This team, I don't know what to say, man. They can't get out of their own damn way. I guess this isn't backwards order in terms of how it happened, but you're up by 11 points in the fourth quarter. Your season's basically on the line. I mean, you have to win. Let's blow the lead. I mean, look, New England's a really good football team. I'm not saying they're not, but they just can't get out of their own way. Even when they had Huntley in the game, they were still winning. As Lamar went out early in this one, and Huntley played fine. It's that defense. They just can't stop anybody, and they don't know what to do late in games on offense, apparently. So, Ravens, you're one heartbeat away, basically, from missing the playoffs, which everybody, I mean, I included. I changed my Super Bowl pick. All right. And then the other one is the Lions, the aforementioned Lions. Look, this team just can't play defense, man. It's so infuriating, man. It's like they've lit up teams the last 3 weeks. They beat the Cowboys, luckily, I guess. Couldn't beat the Rams, and now the Steelers had really nothing to play for, to be honest with you, except now they're in a position because the Ravens lost to, if they basically need to lose out essentially for the Ravens to make it. But that D is sorry. Even with that play, I was going to put the refs in the end because it was kind of a weird play call. But at the end of the game, if you didn't see it, obviously we'll probably go over this later. But come on, pass interference, not a pass interference, whatever. Okay, fine. He flips it. It was just kind of a weird ending of the game. But either way, they should have never been in that situation. So Lions, Dan Campbell, it's not him, it's the defense getting the shed.
Yeah, I thought the first offensive pass interference was a little suspect, honestly. But
yeah,
that's football, I guess,
Football, can't set picks. Can't do it. Can't do it. All right, Club Dub, come on. Hail to the victors. Give it to your guy, the long-haired one.
The Prince. The Prince. Yeah, it's the only one I can think of that I thought was well-deserving. But Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is in the Club Dub. Obviously, big win over the Broncos this past weekend. They have the inside track to the 1 seed. A couple things have to break their way, but they're not. It's not a foregone conclusion, nor is it a long shot for this to happen. Right. They're on a 6-game win streak currently. In his last 4 games, he's got 14 touchdowns and no turnovers, including I think 10 in his last 2 games, which is just insane. He's just playing out of his mind right now. So he might sneak into an MVP situation if you're really a Duval guy.
Stafford has. He had a big game last week, but Stafford has a bum game the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
he's definitely got a shot.
And I think the Rams have to get the 1 seed for Stafford to get the MVP. I would think. I don't think an MVP could be on a wild card team, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's funny how the season plays out, but look, him and Liam Cohn are on a total same page. Remember early in the season when they couldn't even high five together? The sideline and they kind of missed. Yeah. They're not doing that now. Lawrence is reading the defense and making some great plays, and in general, the Jags are playing great football. So, good job, Jags. Even though
do you think
that's.
Do you think Baker Mayfield really misses Liam Cohen this season? I think it's pretty apparent that they miss him. Yeah.
Well, it's not just that, dude. It's the running game. It's just the mix. It's obviously Baker is doing what he can to make his team win. I just think it's their defense this year. But yeah, I agree. He totally misses them. The run pass blend is way better in Jacksonville. So Liam just has a good pulse of how to. That's a great defense in Denver, and they took it apart.
Yeah, and their defense, Denver's defense has not been very good since their bye. They've given up, I think, over 28 points a game since the bye week for Denver. So we'll see what that entails moving into the playoffs.
That's right. My guy, individual person, DJ Moore. This dude, first of all, obviously they didn't have a bunch of receivers. Rome's been out for a while. They didn't even have what's the rookie?
Luther
Burden. Yep. This guy made catch after catch. The one catch he made over the middle to get him in range to get the tying touchdown was a great catch, like a high catch, made a catch. And this walk-off winner, now granted, Kayla threw a great ball, no question, but dude is draped all over him. And he came down. I actually thought when I saw the replay live when we're in the casino, we weren't that close to TV. I saw it, and I couldn't believe he caught it. I'm like, oh my God. They show the replay where he kind of like lays down and drops the ball. I'm like, are they going to say they didn't complete the catch? But thankfully they kept it and stood. And the other thing, shout out to the cheese grater hat.
Yes.
At first I didn't understand, like, what is he wearing? Oh, a cheese grater, those cheese heads. So you take that back to Wisconsin. And all you guys who are Bears fans that flipped to the Packers in the last 15 years, go screw yourself. But anyway, yeah, that was great. So DJ, get in there with Trevor. Don't get too cozy. We don't want to lose you, DJ, but still get the shit and have a good time.
I bet the casino had to be electric when that touchdown happened.
Well, here's what happened. So I'll tell you the full story. So we're in the room when they kicked the field goal to go 16-9.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you got to get out of the room. We're like, okay. So I go downstairs. I'm about to go to the bathroom before I hit the tables. And I hear a cheer, And I'm like, oh, they must have got the onside kick, which is almost impossible anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I go to the bathroom, come out. Then we go to the table, get to the table. We're all setting up. You hear the cheer when they get the 4th down stop, right? And it's only a couple of plays later. All of a sudden you see it. And we're like, is that a touchdown? And you're right. Like we weren't even close to the sports book. The whole place erupted. So everybody was in a festive mood. I think that they intentionally lowered the drink prices. I don't think they're normally $10 for their mixed drinks at the bar. And then obviously the $10 tables up until like midnight. That was or 11 o'clock. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
They're killing it. So Rivers knew what they were doing, raking in the dough. My other Club Dub member is the 49ers offense. This team hasn't punted since week 14, since Cleveland. They just are a churning machine. Now, granted, they're not playing great teams on defense. The Titans, obviously, not very good last night. Rivers did what he could in that game, but my God, they just couldn't stop him. I kept looking on and we actually took the Colts, which whatever. In the picks. Not me, but in the official picks, whatever. We had to agree on something, and it was just like, oh, maybe they're in the back door. Oh, nope. San Francisco's going to go down the field again. Purdy had like 4 touchdown passes. I mean, the offense is churning. Like, obviously, they're healthier now. They're playing really good. They're a team that can steal the 1 seed from both Seattle and the Rams. So watch out, and they'll do it on the backs of the offense. Defense isn't playing great, so getting club dub, have a good time. It's all offense this week. No defensive guys, but
December over, right?
December over continues.
Yeah, it keeps rolling.
All right, let's go over college football. Obviously, you gave some good picks when you were out, so nice work. Bama did win and exacted their revenge. I mean, down 17-0, you might have been a little bit sweaty, but never fear. 27 unanswered points and eventually a 34-24 winner. Man, they just flipped the script on that. Now, there was a kick return in this game, right? Is that what kind of helped him?
I thought it was the pick six. There was a pick six right before halftime that tied it up, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
That's always helpful. But, the offense, they didn't need to run the ball. Just to keep chucking it.
Yeah, it was just insane.
A little surprising over in that one, but that's okay. And then this was a shocking under. Now, I know the conditions. I heard it was very windy in A&M and College Station, but – Miami, I mean, I flipped on the game. Like, is this right? Is this halftime? It's like 3-0 or whatever it was.
It was 0-0. Yeah.
It's like, what the hell is going on there? I thought these offenses were potent, but hey, Miami held on. They caught the interception in the end zone to steal the game 10-3 on the road. Hey, tough place to win, and they got it done. So Jimmy Wegs' ticket's still alive.
Yeah. Me and you both, brother. Me and you both.
Let's do it. This one, Ole Miss, they got the revenge. This is just a repeat of what they just did early in the season. 41-10. I mean, rough for the Tulane Green Wave. So, that's fine. I mean, they were happy to be there. It's just Ole Miss just needed to do enough they just kept scoring every time I looked up in that game.
Yeah, they got to a fast start, which is, that's a really good way to deter an upset, is to get off to a fast start and really just kill the hope of the other team, like in somebody in Tulane situation. Yeah.
Whereas like James Madison, they didn't care. They're going to keep scoring, even though it was like the game was never close. I mean, they were just killing them all game. The Ducks I guess they just were like, whatever, you guys want to score, except that was the only pick you didn't hit there. Ducks scored 51-34. They didn't win by 21, but they still won by a good margin, 17. So.
Yeah, that one irked me. I watched it. I was like, oh, they're going to cover. And then they were going to cover even more. And then all of a sudden I look up and it was gone. And I was like, okay, sweet. Yeah.
What are you going to do? Backdoor. Yeah. A lot of points. There's the ambulance. You're waiting for it.
Twice. Yeah, another one.
It's the same truck, same call. So I guess we're not going to go over any bowl games unless you have anything of interest. I thought we could I threw this on late. Sorry for that. But
no, just the Pop-Tart Bowl. That's the only one worth playing anymore.
Which one do you want to talk about? The Pop-Tart Bowl?
Nothing. It's my favorite one to watch. Yeah, that's it. The winner gets a Pop-Tart cake. I mean, come on. If I was a player, that's the one I'd want to play in, is the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yeah, I just love that little Pop-Tart guy comes out of the toaster and ready to go. I mean, it's exciting. But this sets up next week's quarterfinals. So there's 8 teams left. You've got some good matchups. We'll just kind of go over them here. I don't know if we're going to record before next week. We haven't figured that out yet. But yeah, if you figure the first game's next Wednesday and all the other ones are New Year's Day, which is Thursday next week. So you've got Miami versus Ohio State's in the Cotton Bowl. 9.5-point favorites for Ohio State, 42.5-point total. This is on New Year's Eve, 6:30 p.m. All these games are on ESPN. So any leans here? I mean, obviously, I'm considering hedging already, but obviously 9.5 is kind of a big number for these teams, I would think, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I would tend to agree. The only problem I have is the way that Ohio State lost the Big Ten championship game. I think would have them focused. I think a little bit of time off to get everybody healthy, but my favorite play in this game is the under. You saw Miami's offense struggle. They're going against even better defense in Ohio State than they just played in Texas A&M. And I think their defense really stepped up and showed what they are capable of. So I think the play is the under here, the under 42.5.
Yeah, a lot of NFL talent on the field in this game, probably more than the other 3 games.
This might be 2 of the best 5 defenses in the country going against each other right here. Yeah,
for sure. That'll be exciting. The rest of these games are on New Year's Day. You've got Oregon playing against Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl. This is 11 a.m. Central, and that's on New Year's Day. It's 1.5-point favorites for Oregon, being the lower seed there. 52.5-point total for this one. Oregon played, obviously, as we said, what they needed to do. They're going to play Texas Tech, who's kind of a surprising team, but it looks like you like Oregon in this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep going back and forth because this game's going to be in Miami at noon. I just don't know. I don't know if the heat's going to play a factor. I think it's really going to depend on who gets what sideline. I think that's going to be a fascinating discussion.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, because like in Hard Rock, one sideline is in the sun baking all the whole game, and the other side is completely in the shade, and that could be a huge difference come the third and fourth quarter. So
I've seen that.
I would probably lean Oregon. Again, I think this might be another good under game just because Texas Tech's defense is really good. I like Oregon just because, Dan Lanning after the game said that, we won, but we did not play up to the Oregon standard. So I think it gives them an opportunity to really coach the boys hard. Yeah, I really like get in their ass and get them ready to play Texas Tech. And I think I would just lean Oregon for that reason. Plus, we saw last year, the rust of – I think, wasn't it last year, every team that got a bye ended up losing in the second round?
They lost.
So,
yeah, they did. They didn't come out. They didn't come out firing like the teams that played the week before.
Yeah, so that rust factor, I think, may have something to do with this as well.
Yeah, and Tech, it's tough. Like, I do think Arizona State last year kind of like they were tougher than people thought. I think people aren't going to underestimate Texas Tech this year like they did Arizona State. I thought they kind of got underestimated last year. So.
Yeah.
All right. The next game is Bama, the 9 seed against Indiana, the 1 seed. Indiana's 7-point favorite, 48.5-point total. This is in the Rose Bowl, 3 p.m. Interesting matchup here. Is Indiana? We've said that are they for real against Ohio State? They beat them. I thought the best team in the country. Alabama certainly looked good. They can't run the ball, so it's about the Indiana pass rush. Then can Indiana get home on the pass rush?
Yeah, I think so. Kurt Cegnetti was a wide receivers coach at Alabama for like 4 years before they told him that he was never going to become more than a wide receiver coach. And that's when he went to James Madison. So I think this could be a nice middle finger from Kurt Cegnetti to Alabama. Honestly, sure. I think this could get really ugly really quickly. I like the under in this game. I think IU's defense is really going to try to set the tone and impose their will on this Alabama offense. And it's really hard to beat really good teams when you don't have any balance on offense. So when you're very predictable, that's usually when you get your ass handed to you. And I think I think this is probably the one team that could use a bye because they got a little beat up there at the end of the season. Indiana did. So to get everybody, healthy, ready to rock and roll, Omar Cooper Jr. should be back from the Big Ten championship game because they did lose him, I think, halfway through that. So yeah, I like IU, but I like the under here as well.
There you go, under, man.
Yeah.
Last game, Ole Miss, Georgia, SEC matchup here. 6.5-point favorite for Georgia. 55.5-point total in the Sugar Bowl. 11, and this is at 7 p.m. Central. Yeah, I like Georgia myself, but it looks like you do too. What's the reasoning? Just now, it's going to matter that you don't have Lane Kiffin on the sideline.
Yes.
They still have the OC though, right? This OC stayed, didn't he?
Yes, we know him too. He's what was his name? He's a junior. His dad was a coach, I believe, in the NFL at one point.
Okay.
Damn, it's gonna irritate me. I can't think of this.
Tell me that
filibuster. Yeah. No, I'm going Georgia just for the fact that Kirby Smart, I don't think is gonna get out-coached by an interim head coach at Ole Miss. They get a little bit of time off. I think it just gives – if you give Kirby Smart a whole week to figure it out, they see, Ole Miss all the time in the SEC. I just don't see how Georgia loses this game. Unless Georgia literally comes out and shoots themselves in the foot, I just can't see Georgia not winning this football game. And it's going to be in the Sugar Bowl. It's basically going to be a home game for Georgia, which is a really tough draw for Ole Miss.
Yeah, so Charlie Weiss Jr. Good call.
There you go, Charlie Weiss. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I think so too. Can Ole Miss really stop the run, which is Georgia's bread and butter, and see what happens? So I expect them to big boy them, but you never know. Like you said, if they're not as sharp as the teams that played this week, you never know because this way we're going all except for I think you didn't even have a side on Miami necessarily, but I guess you had Oregon, so you have one of the teams that played in. So the last two, you're more about the teams that were on the bye. So
yeah, and this is That's the highest over-under, by the way, is that game, which is fascinating to me. I would not expect that.
Yeah, Georgia's defense is pretty good. Yeah, I would think Oregon, Texas Tech makes the most sense, but you like that under too.
Yeah.
So what are your picks preliminarily? You could change them next week if we record before this.
No, that's okay. I'm going to stick to my gut here. OSU, Miami, we're going under 42.5. We're going to take Oregon -1.5. Bama, Indiana under 48.5, and then Georgia -6.5.
There you go. You heard it
So
here.
we're almost back to 500. Almost.
I know you're clawing your way back. You had a big 4-1 week last week. That was really good. So congrats. In the NFL, Dogs came in 9-7, but as you mentioned, November. Sorry, December.
December.
It was November. December. Sorry. 10-6 to the overs this week, and it's just I don't know how that works. It's just people just pulling out the playbook, just like throwing in. There's a bunch of subs. Let's just kind of huck and chuck, and it's a lot of fun to watch those NFL games. You never know what's going to happen. It's like they know people's fantasy seasons are on the line. They just want to score as many points as possible, I guess.
It's the incentives. That's what it really comes down to. Guys want to get paid.
That's true. So we kind of already mentioned this, but Bears. I mean, super exciting. Down 10 points with 5 minutes to go in a game. Force overtime, get the onside kick, score the touchdown, get the stop in overtime, score the touchdown overtime. I mean, I'm sure the win probability was like 1%. I mean, it wasn't like, 5 like some of these other games. It was insane. And even when they got the game tying touchdown in the fourth quarter, it was 4th and goal from the 6. I mean, it was like they had to get that. Obviously they blitzed them. Caleb made a great throw. I was a little surprised they didn't go for 2 there right away to try to end it, but it worked out in their favor.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured they'd kick it. I mean, when you're at home, I feel like you kind of you play for overtime, and you're playing a backup quarterback. I feel like maybe if Jordan Love was in the game, and maybe they go for 2 just to try to win it there. But I think since Malik Willis is in the game, and he actually played pretty well. Is Jordan Love a system quarterback? That'd be my question. That's what I kind of took away from that is like Malik Willis it looked pretty good. I mean, he's a lot more mobile than Jordan Love is too.
Yeah, the thing about Love is, and actually that was kind of my frustration watching the football game. I was like, why aren't the Bears winning this game? You got Jordan Love out of the game. They just couldn't score, early. But to your point, I think Love he definitely works better with a number 1 receiver, and that was Kraft early in the season and Watson late in the season. Clearly Watson wasn't 100%, or they rolled coverage or whatever. But because, he got knocked out in the game. But either way, they weren't taking those deep strikes that they do normally. Willis, I think he just takes what's there and he runs if he has to. And he got banged up in this game too. So we'll talk about that later. I'm not sure who's going to start for them. For the Packers in a critical game for them.
By the way, did you think that was roughing the passer? Because I thought Jordan Love kind of ducked into the hit. I don't know. I just felt like that. Like, how can you get a roughing the passer call on a sack? When he's got the ball, it's hard.
They can do roughing the passer, just head contact. But to your point, when he ducks into it, it's the NFL. They're always going to protect the quarterback. You know how it goes. Unless it's Justin Fields, they never protected him ever. All right, so next game, Panthers, huge game in Charlotte. Bryce Young played really well. Watching him, he's a slighter quarterback than we talked about that in the past. He was evading the rush really nicely on some plays. We know Tampa's defense isn't that great, but that one touchdown, that kind of go-ahead touchdown in the second half, where he kind of went back, split the rush, stepped up, hit the guy in the corner. I was like, oh my God, Bryce Young is an NFL quarterback. Like, that is an NFL play. And they ended up getting the big stop. I thought for sure Baker was going to get him in for at least field goal range. He obviously it wasn't really his fault. Evans cut the route and flipped around. He was throwing to where Evans was going to be. But hey, we've been talking about this a lot. Panthers at home, dude, they are frisky. We'll talk about it again this week. I know that they're not going to do anything in the playoffs, but I'm very happy that they're much better than kind of preseason predictions have come through.
Yeah, most improved defense in the NFL from last year, by the way. So
they were
it just shows that they got an average defense. It'll take you a long, long way if you just have. I'm surprised Dave Canales is not in the Coach of the Year discussion because he probably should be.
He probably should be. Oh yeah,
yeah, more than what we're talking about him. Yeah.
Speaking of a guy who's coaching his ass off right now, it's the Saints, dude. It's unbelievable. Kellen Moore, beginning of the season, we thought this team was the worst team in the league, or at least, for a while there, and they've just turned it around. They're playing really good. Obviously they played a garbage team in the Jets, but the defense is balling the last few weeks. They win 29-6. Taysom Hill, you probably know, I'm surprised you didn't put this in the club dub, but he did that. They put him in late, kind of a garbage touchdown pass that they probably shouldn't have thrown, but it put him over 1,000 yards passing, rushing, and receiving in the NFL. I don't know if that's ever going to happen again. That's really pretty tough to do. Has it ever happened before?
I highly doubt it. I can't think of anybody that would qualify with that. Yeah. I'll look that up if you keep talking.
Maybe Cordell Stewart could be a guy that could have been close, but dude, I mean, Saints ball, they got it done. Tyler Shuck, rookie of the year, still live, or I mean, it's basically Ted McMillan's award to lose now. He's up there. I'm sorry, Ted Aroa. Sorry, Ted. I just like calling you Ted. Travion kind of disappeared.
Yeah, Travion Henderson, I think, was another name, and then there was one more. Who are we forgetting? There was one more rookie.
Tyler Warren, but he's kind of disappeared since Jones. It's not offense.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't feel very good about my Ibuka ticket anymore. That's what sucks.
No, I don't think so. I mean, Jackson Dart has better stats than Shuck, but Shuck's like doing what you think. All the question on all the podcasts I listen to is like, but do we really think Tyler Shuck's going to be the starter in 3 years from now? Do you want to vote for a guy who's going to win Rookie of the Year and then he disappears from the NFL in 2 or 3 years? I'm not sure, but I give him some credit. I think the joystick, as they used to call him, Kellen Moore has really figured out this offense. And here's the big thing. They're unleashing Chris Olave. They're just chucking up to Olave and he's making plays, and he's actually catching the football.
Taysom Hill is the first NFL player, by the way, with 1,000 passing, rushing, and receiving yards in his career. So, yeah, shout out to him.
There you go. Yeah, he's going to be the only. That's going to be a tough one. Texans, I only put this on because they were one of our picks, and I really did like them. But, hey, you have to stop Ashton Genty. Everybody stopped him, but apparently the best defense in the NFL can't stop Ashton Genty, who had over 100 yards rushing. He had a big reception for like 60 yards. And they were almost, I thought they were going to lose this game. I was like, oh my God, they're down again to the damn Raiders, but got in there, got the field goal, win 23-21, but no cover, and it went over. So Texans are still alive for the division, but they need Jags to stumble and they have to win out.
Yeah, no, we'll see. That offense is very shaky. If they can ever figure it out, if they don't draft a bunch of linemen this year, I don't know if they could just figure out the offensive line, Houston could be real frisky real quickly.
No question.
And we found out how valuable Woody Marcus is too, by the way, because without him, they were clueless.
But I mean, what's his name? Max Crosby was on a tear in this game. Yeah. He was terrorizing CJ Stroud, and that's kind of. I'm happy to see that. I hope he's on a better team next year. We'll see how that all shakes out.
Bears, excuse me.
Sure, why not? And then we already mentioned the Jags, and I just kind of put together. If you watch the game, I got to watch every minute of it. Early in this game, like they weren't moving the ball. I mean, the defense for Denver had kind of just blitzing the hell out of Trevor. They figured it out. Last 3 quarters, it was like game over. I mean, it was like they couldn't get to him, and more importantly, on defense, which their defense has been improved. They were just getting after it. When they tied the game 17, I'm like, okay, here comes Denver. I had already bet. I told everybody in the podcast, bet the Jags money line the first half. I figured they're going to be frisky in the first half. And if you want to bet Denver later, fine, which is what I ended up doing. Mistake, because Denver scored that touchdown, and then they basically did nothing the rest of the second half. So,
yeah. I mean, the Jags are for real. The Jags, we're jagging off,
Woo! Anyway, okay, so we're actually not that weird of a schedule. It's just Thursday we've got 3 games for Christmas. Then we have 2 Saturday games, so it's a limited slate on Sunday. We'll start off with the Cowboys at Commanders. This is at noon Central. 7-point right now. 7-point Dallas favored on the road. 50.5-point total. I'm not sure if Mariota's going to start or not. Or I've heard rumors that Josh Johnson could start. The man who's played 17 years in the NFL, has been on like 75 teams. So that's kind of a big thing for me with the spread. The Cowboys defense has been pretty bad lately, so I don't love laying those points, even though they're eliminated as well. Both teams are eliminated, and obviously the Cowboys have incentives, like you said, to play for. So a lot of people like the Cowboys. I don't feel great about laying this number. It doesn't mean I like Washington. I just like to stay away.
No, I would take the over and enjoy Christmas. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the number. I have no idea what I'm getting other than Josh Johnson making a couple bad throws that'll probably lead to a pick 6 or 2. And he had a couple of throws on, what was that, Saturday? Yeah, that were just terrible. I mean, the one interception he threw was arguably one of the worst interceptions I think I'd seen all season. It was terrible.
Right. Well, and even though the Cowboys went down to the Chargers, Dak is just a machine right now. I mean, he's just chucking to Pickens, and obviously CD had a big game too. So I hope he leads the league in passing. I don't know if he's going to, but he's right there with Stafford. Second game is Lions at Vikings. Lions are 6-point favorites on the road, 44.5-point total. This is 3:30 p.m. Central. All these games are on NFL Network. The first 2 games are on NFL Network, which is kind of weird. Here's the problem.
I think this game is on Netflix.
Is it Netflix? Oh my!
Yeah, I think this game is on Netflix.
Put that wrong. The old Netflix. So here's the thing. I was all over. I don't love Minnesota because Minnesota is killing me. I had that alternate under, and they keep winning games. But they are starting, and his name's not Brosmer, by the way. It's Brosmer. So it's bros before hose, as they say. It's Brosmer. He's apparently starting in this game, which changes it for me, even though the defense for the Vikings has played well. The Lions defense is awful. I don't know if Brosmer can take advantage of it. So I guess you take the Lions in this one, even though I can't trust that defense to save my life.
Yeah, I'd hammer Detroit here.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't see it. I can't see Brosmer beating Detroit on Christmas. That would be a Christmas miracle. And also, no. I have an under bet on the Vikings too, so I hope that the Lions win. So
let's hope we still can catch.
I'm betting with my heart and not my head. So
Broncos and Chiefs. Broncos are 12.5-point favorites in Arrowhead. 36.5-point total. This is 7:15. This is on Amazon. Pretty sure about that. Here's the thing. You've got Chris Olodokun. How do you say that?
Yeah, that sounds right. I have no idea. Do you know where he went to college?
No, I was going to ask you this. I mean,
I can tell you.
It looks like a Nigerian name to me, so I could say the University of Lagos, but where would he be? I don't know. Let me guess. It can't be a big school, right?
No, it's not. Well, I guess in relative terms,
Memphis?
Memphis, no, maybe? You're kind of you're on the right track though. It's South Dakota State. No, South Dakota State. It was Jackrabbit. Yep.
Oh, they had a good offense at one time.
Yep.
I don't know. There's a lot of sharps like this Chiefs number. I can't do it. I don't know. I just can't do it. I think they're going to get worked, which is sad. But
I would take the over in this game. I like the over in this game. I think because like I said, Denver's defense has not been the same defense since their bye week.
Right.
I think if the Chiefs can get to 17 points, I think that's very doable. I think that they could hit the over in this game because I think Denver's going to get to 28 or 30. I think Sean Payton's got to get this offense figured out and roll in before they're heading into the playoffs. And the Chargers are right on their heels. They've got a Harbaugh in their rearview mirror, and that would terrify me if I was the Broncos.
Yeah, he's a great coach, and they're starting to get a little bit healthier, and their offense is really clicking. So the Broncos they got to win, like you said. They still have the division at this point, but there's going to be a showdown next week, right? So they have to win this one and be ready for that showdown. Okay, speaking of that, Saturday, nice segue. The Texans are going to the Chargers on Saturday. This is 3:30 p.m. Is this the NFL Network or this Netflix? Did I screw this up again?
I believe this is NFL Network.
Okay, good.
Filibuster, I got you.
There you go. So Chargers 2.5-point favorites at home, 39.5-point total. Look, I love my Texans too. I see you like them too, and I definitely will probably back them. Just not out of my top 5. I believe that offensive line for the Chargers is going to get exposed pretty badly in this one. And the Raider game was clearly a look ahead. They weren't playing their best like they have been for several weeks. In fact, I talked to one of my buddies that does the pick'em contest that I do with my buddies, and he's killing it this year. He said it when I was still dressed up like Santa Claus at the Christmas party like 2 weeks ago. He was like, sometimes when teams are playing really great, they just have a bad day, a bad week, and that's what I think happened for the Raiders or against the Raiders. So I think the Texans will bounce back, but a lot of people like the Chargers that I'm listening to, which makes me get scared.
No, I just think the pass rush is going to be way too much for this Chargers offense to handle. I don't see it. Woody Marks should be back, which will help. I love the under in this game. I think 39.5. How I might tease it down to like 33 even. I think this is going to be an old school run the ball, control the, this is going to be a 100% field position game. There's no way it's not. And I think there's going to be one play that literally will make the difference in the game, whether it's a defensive turnover or a defensive touchdown even. A special teams could play a huge role in this game, whether it's a big return, something like that. But yeah, I like the Texans. I think 2.5 is great value. If it gets up to 3, that's even better. But yeah, and Herbert is going to take a beating in this game. That's what really scares me. Is he needs to get this game alive.
Great.
Yeah. He played amazing against the Cowboys, but yeah,
I would probably bet the over sacks in this one. I don't know what it is, but usually it's set at like 4.5 for both teams total, and I'm like, go over. There's going to be each team's going to have 4 or 5 sacks in this game,
or over field goals. I think, but it's usually like 3.5. That's probably a good number. By the way, this is on NFL Network. Can confirm. So
yeah, and I mean, good kicker matchup, right? Dicker the kicker and Fairbairn. Yeah. These are some really good kickers. Okay, so that's that. And then we've got the Ravens at the Packers. We'll get into that. So this game's at 7 p.m. Central on Peacock. So all the different networks this weekend.
Yeah,
the Packers are 2.5. Yes, streaming on the cock. 2.5 points favored for Packers at home. 40.5 point total. Now look, who's starting? Jordan Love is in the concussion protocol. I guess he's got a 60% chance to play. That's what I've heard. Willis is a beat up as well. If they don't start him, it's Clayton Tooney. Or Toon or Tooney?
Toon.
Clayton Toon. So
I think he started like one game last year. Was it like for the Chiefs or the Broncos? Baltimore? Somebody.
Yeah. So look, the Packers are a better football team than the Ravens. That's just the only thing I know. The Ravens have disappointed all year. Their defense alone could probably, the Packers defense could beat the Ravens. I'm just a little concerned if it is Toon, the number is going to move significantly. So I don't want to bet the Packers yet, especially if it goes to like, let's say Ravens -3, if it moves that far with Toon starting. If Love starts, this one will probably shoot up to like 4.5 or 5 for the Packers. So it depends on how you feel. If you want to you think Love's going to play, bet it now at 2.5. It's going to shoot up, but I'm going to wait on it and see what happens.
Arizona, by the way, he started a game last year he started one game in 2023 for Arizona.
There you go.
Yeah, I have no idea what is going to happen in this game. If Malik Willis plays and you get Snoop Huntley, it arguably is the backup quarterback bowl. It's arguably the 2 best backups in the league, you could argue.
Exactly.
But yeah, God. Do you take the under? I feel like that's like the safest play is just taking the under. But
probably.
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. There's way too many unknowns.
I love the first half under for sure because
the
Ravens give up so many points late in games that he might be crying on that that under later. But first half under, it seems like these defenses are playing really good.
Can we talk about how the Ravens took an 11-point lead? I think that's when they took a lead. Derrick Henry scores that touchdown with like 8.5 minutes to go in the game. Mm-hmm. Never was on the field the rest of the game. Like, how does that happen? Like, I just don't understand the thought process of you have a Clydesdale at running back and you don't even let him run. Like, I don't get it.
Game away. Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. It's like, why are you afraid of him getting hurt and trying to save him? Because you're going to save him for something that's not even going to happen. Like, I just don't understand what the thought process is there.
They kept showing his face on the sideline. He was just stunned.
Yeah.
It's coaching malpractice is what it is. I mean, it really is. You really can't defend it. You got to. Now, I know he fumbled early in the game. Maybe it's in his head for fumbling. I don't really know. But you can't play to lose. You got to, or can't not to lose. You got to play to win.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a couple bad fumbles this year, but you got to ride the horse that brought you there. Like
he just scored. Yeah.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah. Okay. Sunday, we've got, kind of a limited slate. As I said, you got the first game's the biggest one. Seattle at the Panthers. Seattle's a 7.5 point favorite on the road, 42.5 point total at noon. I'm on the Panthers. I don't 7.5. Look, you weren't on the podcast when I was talking to myself. Look, Seattle made an amazing comeback. I'm not going to discount that. It's kind of like the Bears, but they were down. They were dead. They were down 30-14. This game was over. Darnold threw 2 terrible picks. It was the punt return that saved them in this game. It kind of got him back in, plus the questionable 2-point call, whatever happened there. Panthers, look, they can certainly get beat here because that defense is elite. The Panthers are fine playing a grinded game. They'll run the ball up the middle a few times, maybe hit a couple passes. Their defense is decent. And Darnold turns the ball over. So 7.5, no way. Way too many. I'll take Panthers plus the 7.5.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I can definitely see the value. And this is a good look ahead spot if you think about it. The only problem with the whole look ahead spot is I don't think the Niners are going to beat the Bears. I think the Seattle's going to get the division locked up, and it's not even going to matter. I don't know. I have a hard pulse in this game. I probably would tend to agree with you. I would probably take the hook. I would not feel good about it. I would not feel good about it one bit. I'd definitely take the over. I like the over 42.5 in this game. And plus, I mean, Mike McDonald, man, he's good on the road, especially in those early windows. The Seahawks get up and play. Yeah, I was going to say, they do not have a problem going east at an early kickoff, and they get ready.
That's true.
So, but, I would take the over.
They beat the hell out of the Jags this year. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And, I mean, look, the Panthers, even if they lose the game, it just sets up a winner-get-in situation next week in Tampa. But if they do win this game and Tampa does lose somehow, then they've won the division. So it's, they both are motivated teams.
Right.
All right, let's go Cardinals at the Bengals. The Bengals are a 7-point favorite at home, 53.5-point total. I expect this total to go up even more. I like the Bengals. They stubbed their toe against Baltimore. I wish they would have won that goddamn game. But you saw them throttle Miami. Cardinals can't stop anybody. So the Bengals are going to score 28 to 35 points. It's just, can the Cardinals put up 27 as well? Maybe they can. So you'll love the over. I know you'll love the over. Yeah. I still like the Bengals here to win, even though I'm probably going to be sweaty because even against the Dolphins, I'm like, my God, they just keep giving up big plays.
Yeah, I love the over in this game. I think you hammer a lot of Trey McBride props. The Bengals are the worst tight end coverage team in the league. They have literally no linebackers, or the linebackers they do have are not very good. They're very young. And I would hammer all of those receptions, yards, maybe even you can sprinkle in 2 touchdowns if you really want to feel frisky.
Sure.
Yeah, I would probably lean with you as far as taking the Bengals, but I do love the over in this game. I think you can tease it up to 60. I think both teams will probably get to 30.
It's going to be fun, like what you saw in Miami. It'd be fun.
Yeah, and the weather's going to be nice. It's not going to be very cold, I don't think, in Cincinnati for this game either. So I mean, nothing really in the way. Yeah, I mean, you might see some rain, but it's going to be 60 degrees. So I don't see that being a factor at all. Yeah,
beautiful day for football.
Yeah, in December. Yeah,
nice. All right, next game, Steelers at the Browns. Steelers are 3.5-point favorites on the road, 33.5-point total, super low. We talked about the Metcalf suspension. I mean, Jesus, like finally they found a running game in Steel City, man. I mean, it was amazing. You're not going to do that against the Browns, I don't think, but we still need to get Myles Garrett his record. Is he tied for it, or he's like a half game off, half sack?
I think he's a half a sack back, yeah.
So yeah, I kind of figure that's going to be a rough one for Rodgers in this one. I don't know. My gut tells me to take the Browns plus 3.5. I know the Steelers will probably win this football game, and they've been playing pretty good offensively, but Shedeur is Shedeur. He can turn the ball over with anybody. You got any leads in this game?
Yeah, I actually like the Steelers. The Browns don't have any running. Like, they lost Judkins last week. He got injured. Samson is questionable. So, Travion Williams is going to be probably their starting running back, which I don't know how much faith that's going to be. And, again, you're going in against it. It's one of the older defenses in the league. It's the most expensive defense in the league. But if you are predictable, I think they will figure you out very quickly and they can take advantage of you. So, that is what scares me, especially having Shedeur back there. I mean, he's got some escapability, but I don't know. And they should get TJ Watt back at some point, right? So I don't know if TJ Watt, let's see on the injury report, he is out for this game. So they'll probably save him for the playoffs, I think, now that they're their situation. But
safety.
If anything, do you dare take the over in this game? Because
Probably.
these Browns low numbers have been hitting this year. Some of the lowest overs.
Steelers offense is pretty good, and with Shador, the Browns have been scoring. It's not like they have not scored except for at the Bears, and they're usually better at home. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, most of the experts guys love the Steelers here. I'm just like, I don't know. Steelers road favorites 3.5. I'd rather sit that one out. But I like the over. 33.5 is really low total.
Yeah, Myles Garrett is at 22 sacks right now. By the way,
he's right tied with Gastineau and the boys. Got to get up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, so next game, Jags at the Colts. Jags are 6.5-point favorites on the road, 47.5-point total. Old Man Rivers has been playing decent for the Colts, so maybe there's a chance they can keep this one close. But the Jags are just balling. I love them. I'll lay the 6.5. I just the only thing is maybe they call off the dogs, but I mean they win this game, they're essentially going to win the division, right? I mean they're going to play Tennessee next week, I think it is. So I like the Jags going away in this one.
I just don't see them playing Phillip Rivers, honestly. I don't see a reason why the Colts would play Phillip Rivers. They should probably play Riley Leonard the rest of the season.
They shouldn't, but what did he sign for, I guess? Maybe he has to play a minimum number of games.
I don't know. I don't see the reason or the purpose of playing him because you're basically out. I mean, you're basically dead. There's no really if and buts about that. I think are they eliminated?
Well, they're not. They have to win out.
Because they can go 10-7 still. That's right.
Yes, because if the Chargers beat the Texans, then the Texans have to go to the Colts, and they get to play them to get in, basically.
Gotcha. So I don't know. I don't think it'd be smart. And have you noticed too? Do you think like the league has kind of like got around the idea of, hey, let's not kill Phillip Rivers? Because there's a couple times where he's like getting sacked and people are like kind of, I don't want to say taking it easy on him, but they're definitely not like going 1,000% full speed like they do with other quarterbacks. So even Linnea pointed that out last night. Like they're not even trying to kill Grandpa; they're just trying to sack him.
It's a gentleman's agreement. It's like we're going to sack you, Phil. Just kind of lay down for me.
Yeah, right.
I think so.
Yeah. So
keep that belly intact for you.
Yeah, but to your point, I think the only thing that would really scare me as a Jags fan is just if the Colts can get the run game going. That's the only thing that would really scare me. And I think if you want the value, I think it is good value to take the Colts at home. But short week, I don't know. I don't feel good about it. Yeah.
Yeah. If the Jags let their foot off the gas pedal, maybe we'll see. Next game, over. I know I like the over again. Well, if Rivers play, I like the over. If Riley Leonard, I'm not sure. There could just be
yeah.
That number will go way up if Leonard gets announced the starter. Bucks at the Finns. Obviously, the Bucks need this game. The Finns don't. They played your guy, Clint Ewers, in there. 5.5-point favorites for the Bucks on the road. 46.5-point total. Bucks have lost 3 straight. They're playing like garbage. The defense is no good. You tell me, can the Finns cover this number? Because you saw Ewers in action. I mean, obviously you have Achane, but usually the Bucks can sort of stop the run. I don't know. I don't like the Bucks in this spot either. Not that I'm gonna, play the Finns in my best 5. The Bucks have not shown me jack shit for the last few weeks.
Yeah, they do have the 7th best rush defense. Tampa does in the league, so that would definitely go a long way. They're only 5-10 against the spread this year, though, which does scare me.
Awful.
Awful. That's another word for it.
That's 33%, Captain.
Yeah, I would probably take the points. Quinn Ewers didn't impress me, but at the same point in time, he didn't really make any huge mistakes. He was late with the ball. There was some situations where you could definitely tell he was late. He didn't read it as quickly as he needed to, but at the same point in time, he didn't really make any monumental mistakes. Like the one bad interception he probably did have was he threw it on the wrong side. Like he threw it inside leverage, and where he probably needed to throw it outside leverage. But again, that is what it is. But yeah, and the only problem too is it looked like the Dolphins defense kind of quit in that game against the Bengals. Like they came out in the second half. They played one half of football, and then you get a quick fumble. And then you get a touchdown. Then literally the first play out after that touchdown, he throws that pick, and then they score again. And it looks like the defense just kind of quit after that. So I don't know. I don't like either one. I like the over in this game. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
That's what I would lean toward. But if you really want to get frisky, I think this is the last chance you got to bet on the Finns, because I think the Finns in with the Patriots the last game of the season. So
right, they'll be playing for the 1 seed.
Yeah.
I mean, Bucky
and
Irving.
they're going to New England. Yeah. I do like that. Yeah. Chase Brown had the game of his career last week.
Dude, I had him in it was only a third place matchup, but it was like once he started scoring, he had 3 touchdowns, right? It was just like every time I looked up, oh, Chase Brown scored again. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's get it done. So, okay. How about Patriots at the Jets? Ouch. Patriots 13.5-point favorites on the road, 42.5-point total. The Jets continue with, what's his name? I can't remember his name, who's not very good. The quarterback. Brady Cook. He wasn't great. The Saints played good against him. Look, they could let up because this team is not, the Patriots will probably win this football game. So I just can't, it's too many points. Even against the lowly Jets, can't do it. But yeah, the Patriots are the side for me.
Yeah. The Jets have the worst takeaway differential in the league. They're minus 18 this season. I don't know if they've even gotten an interception. I think they have one interception, but I think it was in the London game. So technically it doesn't even count. It wasn't even on American soil. So do they really have a turnover? I mean, do they really have an interception this year? I don't know.
Did it happen? I don't know.
Yeah, some say. New England is also undefeated on the road this season. They're 7-0, which is
not bad.
Very impressive. I think you got to hammer the Pats here. I think this is a good test to see how good of a coach Mike Vrabel is, because this is a perfect look ahead spot. And if they come out and take care of business like they should, then I really do think this team might be for real. I'm still on the fence on whether I would believe in them come playoff time, but this would show me a lot if they come out and handle business here.
What's funny about the Pats, they have a really good team, both sides of the ball. Drake Mays played really great. He finally went over 300 yards last game. I think Vrabel, as much as he might win Coach of the Year, but as much as we love Vrabel on this podcast, we're Vrabel guys. Situational football, not sure. You put him up against some of the guys that may have a little bit more experience in that situation. Not sure. We'll see how it goes. But we're not going to have the Andy Reids in there this time. It's going to be guys against Peyton or Harbaugh or something like that. They might get kind of outwitted in that circumstance. But we'll see. Yeah, I hear you. They're a really good football team now.
And the Patriots are relatively healthy. I know they're missing a couple of their tackles, but there's only 6 guys here listed on the injury report heading into this game, which is you're talking about week 17 or week 16 of the season. I mean, that's pretty. You can't really ask for much more. So
yeah, usually it's a mash unit, of course. That's why all these guys are not playing good. Saints at the Jets. I'm sorry, Saints at the Titans. Sorry, I misread that. Saints at the Titans. Saints are 2.5-point favorites on the road, 39.5-point total. I know we're against each other here. I'm riding the Saints till the wheels fall off. I mean, the Saints go marching. Let's just get in there and keep winning. Titans are playing better. I acknowledge it. They were on my 5 last week, and they won easily over KC. I just think the Saints defense is pretty good. And Tennessee's playing good too. Simmons is playing great. I just think they're going to find a way to win this game. I still don't think the Titans coaching staff is that great. I'll lean to the Saints. 2.5 is kind of a big number for teams that's not that good, but I'm gonna do it again. Get back in line.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just took the hook. I just took the team that was getting points. Like if New Orleans was going to get points, I was going to take New Orleans. Whichever team was not favored is the team. This is the case. This classic case of do not bet on a team that is favored that is never ever favored ever. Just like don't ever bet Carolina as a favorite. Don't do it. You'll hate yourself.
Right.
Or the Browns.
Carolina on the road, forget about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just think maybe Tennessee gained a little bit of confidence from last week's win too. I mean, I know it was a third string quarterback, but you beat the Chiefs, you beat Andy Reid, you know, and they're not really going anywhere as opposed to like the postseason. But it's a good win for Tennessee, and they're 1-7 at home. I feel like they got to get the second win of the season. Okay. But honestly, if they were smart, they would lose this game to keep that number 1 pick alive. But I don't know. Because if they get the number 1 pick, are they going to take quarterback? I don't think they're going to take quarterback. I think they would trade it and then hopefully get a haul of picks back. That would probably be the smart thing to do. But no, I'm riding with Tennessee here. I think that's the play.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's probably the wise move from a sharp perspective. Speaking of the actual number 1 pick is coming into this game in the 305 window. Giants at the Raiders. This is the one you should be talking about. Raiders.
This game should be on Sunday Night Football, by the way. This should be prime time.
41.5-point total. Well, hell, Raiders played good last week. They almost beat the Texans, who were a legit team. They played hard. I mean, you saw nobody chews gum like Pete Carroll. But the Giants, and they haven't won forever. I mean, it's kind of sad how bad the Giants have fallen. So I guess you take the Raiders at home, but neither of these teams really wants to win this game. Maybe it'll be a tie. I wonder what happens if there's a tie, who gets the number one pick. But essentially the loser gets the number one pick, basically.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I'd ride with the Giants, with the Raiders, just because Jackson Dart has not been playing well. Ever since the league has kind of figured out he's more of a runner than a thrower, he has not looked very good. And the Giants are 0-8 on the road this year. So they have yet to win a road game.
Oof.
Pretty tough. And I mean, the only hope, I would definitely take the under. I mean, you got one team who averages a little over 14.5 and one team that averages 20 points a game. And I think a lot of that is front loaded in the Giants.
Yeah.
So
I
think the under is the play here. And neither one of these teams rushes the ball with very good success. I mean, I guess the Giants average 125 rushing yards per game, but
that's with Dart.
Yeah. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think Max Crosby will have his imprints and fingerprints on this game. So I would take the under, and I would take whatever team you're getting points with. That's kind of the play.
And give Pete Carroll some credit or not credit. He put Geno back in, Geno Smith, and he played really well. So it's kind of like, if Geno's in the game, Geno Smith's going to play, the Raiders' offense is better.
Yeah.
I mean, not
newsflash, by the way, Brock Bowers is really good too. I don't know if you knew that.
He's a heck of a ball player. He made the Pro Bowl too. I'm not sure if he should have, because he played half the season, but he was great. Okay, so this is the Sunday. Oh, I know. Eagles at Bills is a big game. This is in the 4:00 window or 3:30 window. Bills are 1.5-point favorites at home, 43.5-point total. Bills, I guess they were looking ahead. They should have probably lost that game. And Josh Allen got a little banged up. He made like the stupidest play I've ever seen, almost getting a safety on that one play. You like the Eagles, and I probably agree with you. That defense for the Bills still sucks.
No, I love it. It's a 401k pick of the week. I love the Eagles here. Yeah, I love the Eagles here.
Santa's bringing you the 401k pick of the week.
401k pick of the week. Mark it, book it right now. The Eagles are going to win this football game. Okay. First of all, the Eagles play up their level of competition. So when they play good teams, they show up. That is the one consistency with this team. The Bills' rush defense is one of the worst in the league. So I can see Jalen Hurts getting his legs involved in this kind of game. I could see Saquon Barkley having a decent game. The only problem that I have with this pick is that the Eagles are only playing for seeding. They're not playing for the division anymore. So that may have a little bit of a swing on what goes on as far as game temperature and stuff like that. But yeah, as soon as Josh Allen went and got x-rays, I mean, they were very pedestrian in the second half. They did not look very good. And the Eagles defense is just as good, if not better, than Cleveland's. So I love Philly here. I think Philly is.
And the Eagles seem to be playing a little better. They're playing a little better. The last 2 weeks, they've played better on offense, and that's really what they needed, because their defense is pretty good. It's just their offense a little bit better, getting the ball to A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith is doing stuff. They hit Goddard a few times. So I like the over, too. I thought this total was a little low, unless they think the Eagles are just going to blow them out.
No, I like that.
Score points.
I like that too. Lane Johnson is still out for this game. The other thing too, Jalen Carter has been ruled out. So rushing attack for the Bills might have a little bit more success without Jalen Carter in there. So I do like your overplay, but yeah, I love Philly here. I think Philly's the side. Money line. You can even sprinkle money line if you really want to.
Sure. That 1.5. That's been like one of those death points, as I told you about the striations. If you're a 1.5-point favorite, you're going to probably lose the game. It just happens a lot. I think it's like 70% of the time that those teams usually don't cover. So, all right, Bears at 49ers. This is a big game for everybody. 3-point favorites for 49ers at home, 42.5-point total, 7:20 Central Time. I'm a little surprised this total is so low. I don't really understand it, to be honest with you. Maybe because the Bears played a lower scoring game against the Packers, or the Packers are legit defense. 49ers have been scoring at will. So I like the over. I'm not sure I love the Bears in this matchup, although I do think it's going to be another fun game. I don't know. You like the Bears in this one?
Oh, I love the Bears in this game. In this game. couple different reasons. One,
Okay.
there's an extra advantage of rest day for Chicago. Chicago played
That's
Saturday
true.
night. San Francisco played late Monday night. They probably got back this morning, I would assume,
Sure.
Tuesday morning. Other thing too, Christian McCaffrey had 27 touches, I believe, in the Indianapolis game. Do you know what San Francisco's record is in games after he has 27 touches or more?
Well, he's played for 4 seasons now.
Well, no, just this season. Sorry, just
this
this season.
season. Okay.
Yes.
1-3.
They are 0-4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are winless in games after he has 27 touches or more this season. Another thing, I just think the offensive line of the Bears is the best unit in this game, and I do not think that the Niners front 7 or front 4, whatever you want to call it, whichever way you want to look at it, I just don't think they can handle the rushing attack that the Bears are going to present, regardless of who plays wide receiver. So I'm a little hesitant on the over/under. I think the reason why you see such a low total is because I think the bookmakers think that the Bears are going to come out and run, and they're going to just run the game. Yeah, no, because that was my biggest problem that I had with the Bears playing the Packers is that they played such a soft coverage the whole game. They sat there in cover 2 or cover 3 or cover 4, and they let the Packers had the ball for like 40 minutes of the game.
On the clock.
It was insane. And there's no way to establish the run game and get that defense tired on the other side you're playing if you don't have the ball, which drove me crazy because that's kind of been the recipe for the Bears this season, right? Run the ball, wear down the defense, make sure your defense is rested so you can get a turnover here or there. So I think they might have a little bit of shake.
Watson. They're afraid of the Watson taking off the top. I don't think he was healthy, but that's why I just go underneath, work the ball. And it almost worked. I mean, it basically did work. Just 3 minutes. They just needed one little stop there, and they would have won.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind.
My other 401k pick of the week is the Bears.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so you're going to have to do one versus the other. So one's the 401k, and the other one's the, I don't know, your
402B.
Social Security number, Social Security funds in advance pick of the week.
The 1778 check pick of the week. Yeah, that dividend check you're getting from those tariffs. Go ahead and bet it on this game.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Monday night, we've got the Rams and Falcons. Rams are 8.5-point favorites on the road, 49.5-point total. He's cracking himself up. I love it. No, don't mute. This is the best part of the broadcast.
Oh, man.
So it's, Rams in a bounce back spot. We know that I don't know if Adams is going to play in this game. Falcons have gotten a couple of wins. Honestly, I don't love the Rams in this spot, even though I think they're the superior team. But 8.5, too many points for me. So it's Falcons or pass.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Just looking through some of the old, the last 5 matchups, they're actually 3-2 Atlanta. So Atlanta's recently has done well in this this rivalry, quote unquote. But I think I'm with you. I would take the points. I think it's not a look ahead spot. I don't know. There's something about
the Rams at this point. Let's look at it this way. Seattle wins, the 49ers win. I think they can't win the division. So maybe they don't give a shit. Right?
Yeah.
So you might see the line move a little bit. But if one of those teams, bottom line is if the Bears beat San Francisco and somehow Carolina beat Seattle, they'd be back in it, right, with the win. So there is a little contingency planning here for this. So
and
either way, Falcons are playing better, and they got a pass rush. When you get pressure on Stafford, he doesn't do so good. Although last week he threw for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, and another thing too, that Rams secondary is very suspect right now. Kirk Cousins has been cooking. He's been playing a lot better. I mean, he torched the Bucs on Thursday. He played well last week. I just think I'm with you. I think 8.5 is too many points. I don't like it. I think I would take the Falcons. I think their defense is playing much better than the Rams defense is right now. And I'm telling you what, if you got a Rams future for Super Bowl, I think I would start hedging against it right now. I would start taking I would pick a different horse. I think I'd feel more comfortable betting on the Bears right now than betting on the Rams to win the Super Bowl. I really do.
Sure. Well, the Bears are going to be hosting. Shoulder Field's a little different than SoFi. Yeah, at this point, I'm not going to put any more futures in until the field is set because I just got to see some of these matchups. But to your point, some of my futures are already dead. I mean, Chiefs died, Ravens are on the brink, I do have Rams. I have, Packers from the beginning of the season. But, yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, it's going to be a wide open year, which is kind of nice. I mean, it's a changing of the guard, right? I mean, if Baltimore doesn't make it and obviously KC's out already, I mean, geez, it's kind of amazing. You've got some wide open things in the AFC for the first time in years, which is fun. And then the NFC it's not crystal clear. There's a lot of teams that can win.
What'd they say? It was going to be the first AFC Championship game without Mahomes, Brady, or Manning since 2010.
Woo, that's a long time.
Yeah, can you tell me who the two quarterbacks were in that 2010 matchup?
Without Manning, you said. So maybe Roethlisberger.
Yep.
And Flacco?
No, you're close. It was Mark Sanchez.
Oh, sure, the Jets.
It was the Jets. Yep. It was the Jets.
Okay, so it's Roethlisberger and Sanchez.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a great stat.
I think there was like one more, whereas like if you take Brady, Roethlisberger, Manning, and Mahomes, it was like the first time that none of those four guys is going to be in the Super Bowl since like I can't remember. I think it was like even like the 90s or like the early 2000s. It was insane. It was some crazy stat.
This guy's dominated. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go over your top 5 picks this week then.
Well, I only gave you one winner. That's my only guarantee is I only got one winner this week, and that's Philadelphia plus 1.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna ride with the Bears plus 3. I'm going to take the Titans plus 2.5. Man, I'm the underdog guy this week. Houston plus 2.5, and then the Cincinnati and Arizona over 53.5.
Yeah, you're gonna flip back because you're kind of an every other week guy. You're gonna have a great week this week. Last week was rough. I've caught you in the win column, but I'm way back on the loss column. So I'm gonna go Cincinnati minus the 7, Jags minus 6.5. I know a couple big favorites. I like New Orleans on the road, short favorite 2.5. And then Carolina plus 7.5, and I do like Green Bay minus 2.5. So I'm a lot of favorites this week, which is kind of weird. Yeah. Besides Carolina, I do like some of your. I can see with the Bears, and I definitely can see the Eagles in that one too. But those are my top 5 guys. Let's go to the Circa update. Pretty simple. Nobody got knocked out, which is whatever. But here's the thing that happens in the Survivor update. They've got to make one of the 6 teams that are playing on Christmas and survive. Now, obviously, everybody held the Chiefs. That screwed you over. You've got, obviously, the games we went over. We've got Washington playing Dallas. So maybe you had Dallas. And you didn't.
Lions, hopefully.
Right. And so, this is, Lions, Vikings, right? So we'll see what happens, how it plays. You may end up, there may be people that have to play the Chiefs against the Broncos or Vikings against the Lions. Yeah. I mean, it depends on how your card worked out.
Yeah.
So this will be
for a chop at that point.
Yeah, and then they go back on Sunday. So all the Sunday and Monday game, they've got to put another pick in. So I think I'm not gonna say it's getting settled this weekend, but it's going to get down to like 3 or 4 guys probably, and then it's Chopville for sure. Or
the same guy with 3 entries. Those people.
He's down. I think there's down to 2 entries now, from my understanding. I don't think there's multiple. There's only one guy with multiple, I think. It's hard to say because they don't say the same entry name, but it's the actual whatever. All right, and then the pick'em contest is kind of not for us, but for other people. It's already down. Like the leader is at 68%, which is the lowest in years. I mean, it's always been 70% or higher. 54, 25, and 1. There's a tie at the top there. The top 100 is 60% on the nose, which is always our target or my target. So we'll see if that improves the last 2 weeks. We are 2 and 3 every friggin' week.
Just saw the record. Yeah.
Well, what's ironic is like maybe we should have just flipped all of our picks. We'd be in the money right now, right? It's
literally,
60.37. But personally, last week, I mean, Dalton, what I've been doing is when I first come out of the gates, this is a little early for us to record, but I'm like, what are my picks like right out of the gate? Like I kind of go through my index stuff and say, who are my picks? So I only started doing that for 3 weeks. First week, it was like 5 and 2, incredible. But of course, I made some changes and made some mistakes down to like 3 and 2. And then the second week wasn't good. It was like 0 and 7 out of the gate, but I actually got to 3 and 2. Last week, 6 and 1 and 4 and 1. So like we're kind of getting a little better. Hopefully we can close the season out. I probably can't get to 500, but we're getting closer. So
you gotta trust that gut. You know, got to go. We got to start getting value. We got to start getting lines like on Tuesdays. That's where all the value is. You know.
Yeah. Well, if you get the lines, you can get them Sunday. As soon as the games are over, they post the lines. You can get the good lines, like the opening lines. But so, what do you guys got going for the holidays? You're getting out of town again?
Yeah, we're heading to Ohio after tomorrow. Obviously for the fams, all the families. So we'll be doing that, and we'll probably go to the movies. That's kind of one of our traditions. We'll probably go see Avatar. I need to watch the first two at some point. I've never seen the first two. No. So that is probably on the docket at some point.
They're long movies, so
yeah, that's what I'm worried about. So, but I mean, other than that, nothing really. We still need to figure out if I don't think we're going to the theater on the lake for New Year's. So we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. Yeah, and other than that, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. A lot of traveling last like 2 weeks. So yeah,
you've been on the road. It's good.
Yeah, Willie Nelson.
Yeah, we're gonna see Marty. Well, first I go to Uncle Phil and Aunt Eileen's tomorrow. They got the big, 7 fishes. They've got all the foods and stuff. Italian. I'm not Italian, but Uncle Phil's Italian, so he puts all that stuff out. So that'll be nice. And then Christmas Day, we are going to see Marty Supreme. That's the Timothée Chalamet movie. It's like ping pong or something. I'm not an Avatar guy, so I'm boycotting that. And then on Friday, we've discussed Dave Strickland's in town with Luke. We're going to probably go to Rivers, try to get there early enough to get, probably not a $5 table. I don't want to make promises, but maybe get there before noon, pick up a $5 table or at least a 10.
Yeah.
So they can have it. And then
sad I won't be here to join you.
It's all right. Next time. Birthday Saturday, another movie. We're going to see, it's called The Assassin or something like that, or whatever it's called. It's a foreign movie. There are a lot of. I'm not going to see Avatar. I'm not going to see SpongeBob. So I got to do what I got to do.
Oh, come on!
No way! Come on, for my birthday. Come on, I can rent. I can watch that on the stream.
SpongeBob, man. Come on.
SpongeBob the movie. Yeah, and then I heard the guys want to go out on Saturday, but we'll see how that goes. It's called The Secret Agent.
There it is.
It's in Portuguese, so there's little subtitles being kind of for the music box. But yeah, so other than that, just we'll see what happens if I get into something crazy on my birthday, and I'm sure we'll talk about it next week. But try to gear down on drinking just a little bit over the holiday and try to
get ready for dry January.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the party's coming up on the 3rd, and I too am not boycott. I'm not going to go to the theater on the lake, and the fellas like Paul Gave and Phil and my buddy Patrick, I think we're just going to go to a bar. No covers, just go in, drink a little bit, have a good time. Four Shadows doesn't have a cover. There's a place that Paul usually goes to that doesn't have a cover, so we're just going to pop around like a normal bar night, which is fine with me. We'll save a little. I mean, even though it's probably going to be the same amount of money, feels different when you just kind of do
popping around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100% agree. I just didn't. Yeah, I didn't see the value all the way in it. Especially, I think the only way to do that is if you do a VIP with all the food, all the drinks, all the whatever. And it's like, Yeah,
we did it last year, and it was fun. I think my criticism of that place is just you're so far east. It was so hard to get an Uber last year.
Yeah,
I don't want to be caught in that. And the other thing is the allure that you could meet a female. I need to maybe have a chance to meet a female out there, but if not, it's totally fine. I'm totally fine hanging out with the fellas and letting those guys goof around because that's
for this weekend anyway. That's the birthday. That's not New Year's.
Yeah,
the
birthday.
You don't need to start your New Year. You don't need to start your New Year with that. You need to end your birthday with that.
That's true. It's my birthday. Yeah. Hey, I'm 52.
Yeah,
Show me a good time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
a pair of good times. Yeah. There you go.
All right. Well, follow us at Side Action Pod on X, Side Action Podcast on Instagram. Follow me at Wegspool on X and on Instagram.
Nice. And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. Make sure to check us out. The TikTok, everything in between. And Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas from us to you.
Yeah. Be safe. Have a great time.
Yeah. Enjoy it. We'll talk to you next week. All right. Love you guys.